This is a mini lesson analysis on Marth versus Fox. Oh, that was an easy grab. I felt like you were being too proactive, that fair to dash to the left when you could have easily reacted from the start, where it's like, okay, you do that short hop, which is fair, which is reasonable to do, but you should have immediately pivoted. Because you're actionable while you're short hop. You're not locked into always fairing. Especially you're not locked into always dashing to the left there. So that was like a really easy opportunity to just grab them and maybe even kill them since, you know, you're grabbing them near the corner. Bad forward smash. Please don't do that. To be more specific, don't swing in disadvantage like you're doing. Like you're forward smashing, you're dash attacking from the corner, you're running up grab. It's gonna make it really easy for Fox to hit you when you are in disadvantageous states. It missed pivot grab there, unfortunately. Kind of a sloppy ledge play there. And yeah, there's just so much swinging in your disadvantageous states. And what's the reward of, you know, landing a non-tipper down tilt, right? Like, you're not actually getting that much. Your reward is that you need to, like, maybe win the next interaction. And it's not even that good because of the amount of, like, you know, non-tipper down tilt doesn't grant you that much of an advantage, if any. And the consequence of uh losing a non-tipper down tilt interaction is that they CC reversal you, they could jump over it, they could shield grab you. It gives you more their opponent more opportunities while at the same time you're not getting that much. Now it's a different story if it's like a tipper, right? But which is why, generally speaking, if you're going to engage Fox, or frankly, like just the cast, you want to do it at tipper fair down tilt distance. And if you're forced to play in the scrap, you generally either want to reposition or directly engage it, typically with CC or shield or dash back. And like, you know, you could get the pivot grabs at times. That's fine. But you don't want to like swing with down tilt, short hop, or, you know, forward smash, dash attack. Yeah, like that dash attack was not great. You gotta time that up there a bit, delay it a bit, covers more options better. And one thing to note is that when they whiff or like you know they don't have momentum, instead of directly because like they're only at a slight disadvantage. When they have a slight disadvantage, they have more play where like you know they can spot dodge immediately, but they don't have as much forward momentum. Notice how like you know when they land like this, like they don't they can't you know their max range immediately is doing like a nair here, right? If they want to dash, they're vulnerable for you know dashing this far. So one thing to do is you could always like play it safe by covering like their potential attack here, or you can make you know a read of what they do, but that you know has variance, and you have to be certain. And that's like the drawback of like just directly engaging this rather than you know just safely cover what they do here. I just wanted you to point that out. Like you know, not every slight disadvantage your opponent is in means that you should directly take a gamble there. Oh, that fair was bad, but you got away with it. Yeah, again, slight disadvantage, but you take it as an opportunity to gamble rather than you know just getting data and playing it safe. You know, you do want to take some gambles. Don't take it as if like, oh, you should never make a spot dodge read on Fox. You should actually, but you know, once you get a bit more data, you don't generally want to do that as like a get go option. And yeah, swinging in scraps or like a positions that will be scraps is how you can get whiff punished like that. You know, and generally speaking, I would encourage that you swing more in advantageous positions. Like here, for example, you know, since he doesn't have that much momentum, guess what? Because he doesn't have that much momentum, the furthest he could really attack is here. So if you instead you did like a short hop back here rather than directly attacking with the snare, you would be able to punish this up smash. So that's something to consider because of his reduced range from his slight disadvantage. That's like kind of the power of like playing that kind of position first before taking more risk. And I feel like It's like at the moment you either wall in place or you take a big gamble, and there's not really like without like really much nuance of the opponent's threat range. So I encourage that you kind of think of it more that way. I would probably up tilt there because up air wasn't gonna knock down. And yeah, try to use the platforms to mitigate your aerial disadvantage. And yeah, he outplayed you with that. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Like, Fox calls out your dash back with down tilt. That means like you need to mix in more crouches, but that doesn't mean that dash back was bad. That shield grab, however, was pretty bad. Um, so overall, try to reduce the amount of hard commits and swinging that you do in disadvantageous states. Like, instead try to reposition. That's my biggest advice is it's either you reposition and disadvantage, or if you're forced to engage with it, at least like engage with it with crouch or shield. Don't try to attack out of it. But more importantly, if you want to win, try to assess your advantageous states and, get some data, play it safe, rather than always gambling there. I think that will go a long way for you.